Hi everyone, PragueAntiguide is back. Today I'm going to show you a very unusual place in Prague, the Žižkov pedestrian tunnel. Today's walk ended up taking me both toward the tunnel and toward Vitkov Hill, where I had hoped to see the Jan Žižka monument. This is a monumental bronze equestrian statue dedicated to the outstanding Czech military commander and leader of the Hussites, who never lost a battle. The monument is considered one of the largest equestrian statues in the world and is one of Prague's most important historical symbols, towering above the city. I'm on tram number 5 right now, heading to Prague stop, and from there I'll continue on foot to the tunnel. There are several ways to get here, and if you enter the exact address into Google Maps, it will automatically suggest the best route. But today, I'll show you the path I took from Prague stop to the tunnel. It's a pleasant walk through old Prague along cobblestones and quiet streets with beautiful views and the feeling that the city reveals itself through its details. Now we're getting off the tram and right away we notice a plaque on the fence near the stop, one of the many you can find all over Prague. They appear on buildings, on fences, and sometimes right on the sidewalk. And it's exactly these little details that make Prague feel so alive and interesting. This plaque is dedicated to the 115th anniversary of the birth of poet Jaroslav Seifert, which was marked on September 23, 2016. In short, Jaroslav Seifert was an outstanding Czech poet, writer, journalist, and the recipient of the 1984 Nobel Prize in Literature. He is inseparably connected with Prague and the Žižkov district because he was born and lived right here. It takes the form of a metal ribbon rising upward, engraved with lines from the poet's works. One very beautiful line from his poem, December 1920, is written there. The word flew like a bird into a net of stars. We pass this concise yet expressive monument, which has become a beautiful reminder of the creative legacy of this place. And we continue on our way to the tunnel. As we make our way down these steep Žižkov streets, we can enjoy the architecture. Žižkov used to be considered a working class and even somewhat rough district, but now it is one of the most atmospheric and bohemian parts of Prague. You can feel the spirit of the old city on every corner. Originally, my route was planned toward Vitkov Hill, but the tunnel located right at its foot made me change my plans. Žižkov has a challenging landscape, and this huge hill has always stood like a solid wall between neighboring districts. Before the tunnel was built, people either had to climb steep paths or make a detour of several kilometers until this direct route was cut straight through the rock. The tunnel was built not only so that pedestrians would no longer have to go around Vitkov Hill. Since construction took place in 1951 to 1953, at the height of the Cold War, it also had a second secret purpose. From the very first blueprint, this underground corridor between Žižkov and Karlin was designed as a huge anti-nuclear shelter. The tunnel's architecture is as functional as possible. Concrete vaults, basic cladding, and a straight passage. Even so, the scale and special features of the structure make it an interesting object to study, especially if you consider its hidden dual purpose during the Cold War. As we walk toward the entrance, it's worth paying attention to how densely built up this part of Žižkov is. The streets here are narrow, paved with cobblestones, and marked by noticeable changes in elevation. Yet they lead us very smoothly and almost imperceptibly straight to the massive gates of the underground passage. The tunnel begins to feel like an important short artery that connects different parts of the city. here's the destination of our walk today. Right across the road, you can see the entrance to the tunnel. It's important to clarify something here. This tunnel does not lead to the top of the hill. It goes straight through it. It is a 303-meter-long underground corridor running deep beneath the Vitkov rock massif. Let's go inside. The feeling changes immediately. Different sounds, different space, dim light, white walls. As I already mentioned, during the Cold War, this structure was built with a nuclear threat in mind. As you walk through the tunnel, if you look closely, you can notice heavy armored doors built into the walls. Behind them, directly beneath the equestrian statue of Jan Žižkov, at a depth of 30 meters, lies a huge complex with an area of more than 1,500 square meters. It has diesel generators, air purification systems, and water reserves. The shelter could accommodate more than 1,200 people. Unfortunately, ordinary tourists can't get in there right now. This facility is still officially listed in Prague's civil defense system and is maintained in working order. In the event of an emergency, it is supposed to be ready to receive people within 24 hours. But for history enthusiasts, there are alternatives. Prague has the Folimonka shelter open to visitors, and the giant Bezovka bunker with the Cold War Museum. We'll definitely visit them next time, so stay tuned to the channel. Besides its defensive history, this place also has a creative side. Because of its length and concrete walls, the tunnel has a unique, almost cathedral-like echo. That's why independent street musicians perform here from time to time. The sound of a guitar, flute, or vocals resonates here in a truly amazing way, and sometimes the space is used for large-scale art projects. For example, during the closing of the Tot-Nek Praha Dance Festival, dozens of performers turned the entire corridor into a living theater stage. And now we're approaching the exit from the tunnel. As soon as we step out, the scenery changes. We're greeted by Karlin. It's an incredibly beautiful district, and where I am now, it looks just as captivating as any other historic part of Prague, with its unique architecture and rhythm, wide avenues, cozy squares, and elegant facades. Karlin's architecture and aesthetic deserve special attention, so in one of my next videos, I'll definitely come back here to talk about this place in more detail. I opened a map to figure out exactly where the monument is and how to get there from here. It turns out that the Jan Žižkov statue is located high on the hill, right above the tunnel. To reach it, I needed not to go into the underground passage, but to turn onto a paved pedestrian path leading up the slope. Before entering the tunnel, looking back toward the tunnel, I noticed the Czech inscription above the entrance, Neboj, which means, don't be afraid. This is not an ordinary graffiti tag, but a thoughtfully designed street art installation by the Brno-based artist known as Timo. It has a clear meaning. The tunnel has a gentle curve in the middle, and when you enter it, you can't see the end, only a long, dim corridor. For many people, especially in the evening, this stark aesthetic used to cause anxiety. The inscription acts as psychological support, reminding you that the exit is close. The city authorities liked the work so much that they decided to leave it as an official landmark. Looking at the map once more, I realized that I need to head back into Žižkov. After all, my original goal, the top of the hill, remains unconquered. But you know, I absolutely don't regret having gone through this tunnel. Its scale, echoing acoustics, and harsh concrete aesthetic create a truly striking atmosphere. Unlike anything else, something you simply can't fully feel by looking at photos online. The Žižkov pedestrian tunnel is a place that should definitely be included in your route. It's well worth visiting if you are exploring Prague in depth, or simply walking through Žižkov and Karlin, so you can see this unusual piece of infrastructure with your own eyes. And now I'm heading back into the tunnel to try once again to reach the point I'm actually looking for at the top of the hill. Prague has once again proven that it reveals new sides of itself, even when you stray a little from the planned path. Thank you for joining me on this walk. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe to PragueAntiguide, and share your thoughts in the comments about unusual urban places like this. Let's keep exploring Prague. See you next time.